On a cold winter evening in December 1999, a short international flight changed the course of India's counter-terrorism history forever. What began as a routine hop from Kathmandu to Delhi turned into one of the most traumatic hostage crises the world had seen. Nearly 26 years later, the hijacking of Indian Airlines flight IC-814 still haunts India's security establishments, and once again it's back in public conversation, thanks to the new shows and films revisiting the event. In recent years, the Kandahar hijacking has been recreated in multiple screen portrayals. In 2024, two web series IC-814, The Kandahar Hijack and Special Operations 1.5 brought the story to a new audience. And now, the upcoming Hindi film Dhurandhar, starring Ranveer Singh and directed by Aditya Dhar, is all set to dig even deeper, linking the hijacking to the 2001 Parliament attack. But to understand why this incident still sparks debate decades later, we need to go back to December 24, 1999. Indian Airlines flight IC-814, an Airbus A300 commanded by Captain Devi Sharan, took off from Kathmandu with 154 people on board. Less than an hour later, 5 armed terrorists from the Pakistan-based group Harkat-ul-Mujahideen hijacked the aircraft while it was still in Indian airspace. What should have been a 2-hour journey instantly turned into an 8-day nightmare. The hijacker had one main demand: the release of 3 jailed militants, Maulana Masood Azhar, Mushtaq Ahmed Zargar and Ahmed Omar Sayyid Sheikh. They also demanded money and the return of another militant's body. What followed was a chaotic cross-border chase through multiple nations. Short on fuel, IC-814 first landed in Amritsar. Indian authorities attempted to delay refueling to buy time for a potential rescue. But the plan failed. The hijackers grew violent, stabbing passenger Satnam Singh and fatally injuring 25-year-old Rupin Katyal. From there, the plane was forced to take off again. Landing briefly in Lahore for fuel, Pakistan allowed refueling despite India's urgent request to block the aircraft. Since Kabul didn't have night landing facilities, the flight diverted to Dubai, where 27 passengers were released. Finally, on Christmas morning, the plane touched down in Kandahar, then under Taliban rule. Taliban fighters surrounded the aircraft, making any rescue attempt impossible. While they acted as mediators, they refused to allow Indian special forces anywhere near the plane. A team of Indian negotiators, including diplomat Vivek Karju and intelligence officer Ajit Doval and Siri Sahe, arrived in Kandahar. Inside the aircraft, passengers were subjected to freezing temperatures, intimidation and threats. Food and water were scarce, and every negotiation delay was met with another ultimatum. And not after 5-10 days, India made a decision that still sparks debate. The government agreed to release the 3 terrorists. They were flown to Kandahar by Indian officials, and on December 31, the hostages were freed and brought back to India. But the story didn't end there. The released militants were not detained by the Taliban. Instead, they were allowed to walk free and soon played key roles in major terror attacks, including the 2001 Parliament attack and the murder of journalist Daniel Pearl. The IC-814 hijacking exposed major weaknesses in India's aviation security, crisis response and diplomatic coordination. It forced a complete overhaul of airport security protocols and shaped India's future counter-terrorism strategy. Even today, the incident stands as a powerful reminder of how one hijacking reshaped national security thinking and why the decisions made in those 8 days continue to influence India's policies decades later. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.